What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we are looking at some new cards from Wave 2 from Set 2 of Keyforge, Age of Ascension. Now, we did do a video just yesterday all about this set, the news, new key skills, and all of that. There were too many cards revealed, frankly. There were too many cards. So what we're going to do is have a little bit of a look, house by house, of the cards that have been revealed so far. And given that Untamed had some really fun cards revealed, I thought it would be fun to start off having a little bit of a look at Untamed. So first of all, we'll go alphabetically, why not? We've got the card Dharna has been revealed. Now, interestingly enough, over on the Fantasy Flight Games website, they've actually put a really high quality image of the artwork here. I adore the artwork. She's patching up her bear. So what do we have? We have a 2-cost character, and when you play it, you get to gain 1 ember for each damaged friendly creature. Now, this could be extremely good, because let's not forget, we've got a million different cards in Keyforge, and we don't know what we've got in Wave 2. We've got a few cards here and there, we're not going to worry too much about them. But there's a whole bunch of cards in Wave 1 that allow you to damage each creature. I mean, if we stick specifically in Untamed, we've got the Common Cold, which deals 1 damage to each creature. Or you could even here go Cooperative Hunting, deal 1 damage for each friendly creature in play. So essentially, if you play Cooperative Hunting, you can just put 1 damage onto each friendly creature from each friendly creature, and you will in fact have exactly enough damage here. And then you essentially get 1 ember for each of your creatures. Now, okay, that might not work brilliantly, but it might. You can end up getting, I mean, there are decks out there with 20 or more creatures. This could get you 20 or more ember. Okay, look, it's incredibly unlikely that you're actually going to have 20 creatures in play, but the point is this will get you a bunch of ember. But it's also got a reap skill, heal 2 damage from a friendly creature. So in theory here, when you play it, you get a bunch of ember, and then you reap that allows you to heal 2 damage from a friendly creature. So this could work very, very nicely indeed. You can either gain some ember, or you can heal. What you could do here is actually use this, because it's a play skill, over and over again. So let's say, for argument's sake, you also happen to have a Nature's Call, then you can use Nature's Call to pick up 3 creatures, including Dharna, and then you're off. Then you can play this again. So you could actually use this to get a whole bunch of ember, and then pick it up and play it again to get a whole bunch of ember. No, it's not always going to work like that. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm much more of a fan of this as an ember generator than I am as reaping and healing. But look, it's a 2-power creature that doesn't have skirmish. The reality is you're not going to be attacking with this, you're going to be reaping with it. So while you're reaping with it, you might as well do a bit of healing. Speaking of new creatures here, we've also got DUSK Witch. DUSK Witch has one of these new keyword skills, Omega. That is to say, when you play this, you end this step. Now, by step, we mean the step of your turn where you play, use, and discard cards, and then you draw and all of that. So this is the last card that, as soon as you play this, there's no more using, there's no more playing, there's no more discarding from your hand. When you use it, that's it. But the thing is, it's got a ridiculous skill. Your creatures enter play ready. Now, this, incidentally, is why it has to have the Omega skill. Because otherwise you play it at the beginning of your turn and then all your creatures go down ready, and it's a little bit unfair. Mars have the card Soft Landing, which means that you play that and then the next creature you play or artifact goes into play ready. But you've got to have Soft Landing and the creature in hand and get the 2-card combo. It's not terribly easy to do. This means that all of your creatures, and it doesn't specify house, so it seems to be regardless of house, they all go into play ready. So essentially what you do is you play DUSK Witch, and then from now on your creatures enter play ready. So you need to make sure if you're playing against Dusk Witch, that you get rid of this as fast as you possibly can. Good news, it's a 1-power creature. Bad news is it's got elusive. So if you're attacking it, you've got to attack twice. If you're using what I like to term cheeky damage, let's say you're playing Mars and you're able to get a mothership support, then you can just take it out very easily. This is a phenomenal card if your opponent doesn't take it out, but it's such a phenomenal card that gives you such an advantage, you can expect your opponent to go after it pretty quickly. Good news is, it's a common card, so you may get more than one in your deck. We're also getting Grovekeeper. It's a 3-power creature without skirmish or elusive, so it's not going to stay around all that long. But at the end of your turn, you give each neighbouring creature a +1 power counter. And this stacks. So, in theory, what you want to do is put it down and make sure it's not on a flank. Remember, unless they've got the new skill Deploy, they always go down on a flank. But in theory, you put it down, then put another creature next to it, and then each of those creatures gets a +1 power counter at the end of your turn. And that always happens because your opponent can't really take it out before then. And then at the end of your next turn, they get another +1 power counter. So Grovekeeper's this weird kind of card. It's a 3-power creature. It's not going to be battling. It's one of these you pretty much have to reap with. But then it sits there and just beefs up. And it's going to beef up 2 of your creatures over and over again. That to me sounds like fun. Now, I like Untamed in terms of design from Wave 1, but there are a couple of cards we've already seen from Wave 2 which make me think these designs are getting even better. Knoxx. I like Knoxx. Love the design of Knoxx. It's a big, angry hippo eating some kind of bird. It's a 3-power creature, no elusive, no skirmish, but it gets +3 power for each neighbour it has. So as long as you're playing correctly, and as long as you don't have really bad draws, it's a 9-power creature. And that's it. It's basically just a bog-standard, run-of-the-mill, 9-power creature. But here's the thing. I did a video recently about the most powerful creatures in Keyforge. It is, in fact, the 3rd most popular video on this channel. And generally speaking, we don't get 9-power creatures very easily. I mean, if we look at 9-power creatures, we're looking at stuff like Shadow Self. But Shadow Self can't attack. And as soon as you get over 9 power, you've got stuff like Auxiliary Dominator, which enters play stunned. This, as long as you've got neighbours, just is a 9-power creature. That is extremely strong. And as I explained in my Strongest Creatures in Keyforge video, 9 is the cutoff point. If you want 8 power, you can look at Troll, and 8 power, you can just have 8 power. But as soon as you go above 8 power, as soon as you hit 9, that is a point in the game where Keyforge goes, oh, sorry mate, there's got to be a downside. Now, admittedly, this is only if you've got 2 neighbours, but most of the time you'll be able to get this down with neighbours. I mean, if you've got a creature on the field, and you've got Knoxx in hand with another creature, then it's going to have 2 neighbours, because you play Knoxx and then play something else. Yes, sequencing is an issue, but you'll be able to work that one out after a couple of games. The issue here is that it goes into play exhausted, and your opponent will get a turn to get rid of it. But then again, it's a 9-power creature, so might well stay around. Now, I've made no secret of the fact that Snufflegator is probably my favourite creature from Wave 1, purely in terms of design. But ladies and gentlemen, Snufflegator has got some competition from Marmo Swarm. They're little ember squirrels that have got ember in their fur, and they play around with ember, and they're so freaking adorable. Now, they're incredibly weak at 2 power, no elusive, no skirmish, but they have +1 power for each ember in your pool. So, essentially speaking, there are going to be turns where these are very powerful, and turns where they're basically not. And essentially here, if you're about to forge a key, this is great. Because what you can do is do all of your reaping, and then end up with, well, 6 ember minimum to forge a key, hopefully nearer 8 or 9. But if you've got 8 ember, this is a 10-power creature. Now, admittedly, You start your turn by forging a key, and the turn you forge a key, Marmo Swarm, they're going to be weak, frankly. They're going to be incredibly weak. But the turn you gain the Ember to forge the key, they're gonna be super strong. And that leaves your opponent in a really interesting position. Do they go after this when it's super weak, knowing that next turn it might be really strong? Or do they just leave it, hoping that it's not that bad? I love the design of Marmo Swarm. And I know that it's only going to be some turns, but there are going to be turns this becomes the most powerful creature in the game. I mean, if we look at the most powerful creature in the game, it's Khalifi Dragon. It is the only 12 power creature, although there may be another one in Wave 2. If I had to guess, I'd say there probably would be. But Khalifi Dragon can only be played if you've got 7 Ember or more and blah, blah, blah. Well, if you've got 7 Ember, then Marmo Swarm actually gets to 9 power. But if you've got 10 Ember, then you're matching at 12 power. And if you've got 11 Ember, you've got a 13 power creature. And okay, that's not always going to happen. But if you've played enough games of Keyforge, can you tell me you've never got 11 Ember? Because that happens. Incidentally, there is a card in Untamed, Key Charge. And if you've got a Key Charge, then Marmo Swarm is really not going to be that great, because essentially if you've got 7 Ember, you can forge a key with Key Charge, as long as your opponent's not increasing how much it costs to forge a key using something like Lash of Broken Dreams. So if you've got Marmo Swarm and Key Charge, it's kind of, well, when Marmo Swarm gets powerful, you could just be forging a key. So there is a little bit of awkwardness there, but there ain't going to be that many decks where you've got both, so I wouldn't worry about it. And the final Untamed card that has been revealed so far, there are of course plenty more to come. We're expecting 50 or more. So yeah, there's going to be a couple more. Is Persistence Hunting. And Persistence Hunting is an action card. You get an Ember bonus, you choose a house, and you exhaust each enemy creature of the chosen house. Now the Ember bonus is nice. It means that you're never going to be playing this for no reason. What I love about Ember bonus cards is exactly that. It's never a wasted card. It's always going to be useful. Now, I say always, there are weird situations like Too Much to Protect, where if you've got 6 and you play this, your opponent can play Too Much to Protect, and then actually you lose that Ember. Or Burn the Stockpile, where if you've got 6 Ember, you're fine, but if you've got 7 Ember, you lose 4 of them. But generally speaking, the Ember's going to be good. And then you just get to exhaust all the creatures from one of your opponent's houses. Now, Mars are quite good with this. I got a Mars deck the other day that's got like multiple different ways to stun all the creatures, which is, you know, kind of interesting, I suppose. Phosphorus Stars is a nice example of this. Now, this actually stuns each non-Mars creature, but it's yours and your opponent's, and you get to get 2 chains. I'm all right with this, ladies and gentlemen. This is all right by me. Now, the thing is, maybe your opponent's not got that many creatures out, but even if they don't, 1 or 2 is fine here. If a creature is stunned, then it means you've got to basically use it to get rid of a stun counter, and then next turn, you can actually go about using it. This is cool. This could make a real difference. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. They are the Untamed cards that have been revealed from Wave 2 as it stands at the moment. We'll have to wait and see which other ones come along. The good news is, on this channel, I will be bringing you all the new cards that are revealed, so just make sure that you're subscribed here and we'll be fine. For now, tell me what you think about these cards, tell me your favourite, tell me how you plan on using them in the comment section. Go nuts! But do be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Keyforge and other games. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.